a center of knowledge, innovation, history, culture, and biodiversity. This is the University of the Philippines, Los Baños. UPLB found its home at the foot of the legendary Mount Makiling in Los Baños, Laguna, a short distance from Laguna de Bay, the country's largest lake. It has its beginnings in 1909 as the UP College of Agriculture, a tent school for a handful of students. A year after, the Forest School, or what was to become the College of Forestry, also set up its home in Los Baños. In 1972, the UP College of Agriculture and the College of Forestry, that had by then become renowned institutions, were granted full autonomy as the University of the Philippines, Los Baños. Instruction, research, and extension in agriculture and forestry in the country took root and flourished in UPLB. Through its strength in these two fields, UPLB established niches in various areas: biotechnology, engineering, veterinary medicine, natural resources conservation, environmental science and management, human ecology, food science, economics and management, public affairs, and development communication. It drew its strength in the arts and other fields of science, from harnessing its expertise and human resource in the biological, physical, and social sciences. Today, UPLB degree programs continue to dominate over its counterparts. Over the years, UPLB has developed graduate programs that continue to attract students far and wide, including collaborative programs with international universities in food security, biodiversity conservation, and development. To make graduate programs more accessible to professionals, UPLB offers them off-campus. Recently, UPLB established the UP Professional School for Agriculture and the Environment in Mindanao, the country's food basket, in order to help build the knowledge capital that the country needs to attain food security. Instruction in UPLB is enhanced by a strong and vigorous engagement in research and public service that enables it to produce knowledge and generate technologies and innovations that promote sustainable living, making it a strong force in the war against hunger and poverty in the country. Extension and public service are the mechanisms by which UPLB brings this knowledge and technologies to the people, as well as for it to know what they need and to help shape policies in the country. UPLB's reputation as a graduate and research university was formed through the continuous aspiration for excellence and the mutual reinforcement between instruction, research, and public service and extension. It brings in partnerships with local and international universities and provides mobility to faculty members, researchers and scientists, and students, and enhances their competitiveness. Instruction, research, and extension and public service in UPLB reflect the dynamism, honor, and excellence that its forebears set as a standard for its leaders to aspire for.
Loyal magiging, kasi sila Hello everyone! Welcome to a day of outstanding recognitions, flashbacks, and achievements. I am Linus van Plata, VS Development Communication, Class 2012, and MA Communication Arts, Class 2020.
My name is Mildred Moscoso, BS Development Communication, Class 1992. Master in Management, Major in Development Management, Class 1998. And Doctor of Philosophy in Development Communication, Class 2011. Today, we are delighted to take you in this historic occasion in celebrating the heart, dedication, and success of our university's alumni. We are privileged to witness you, our respectable alumni, be rewarded for upholding our university's values of honor and excellence in your areas of expertise. With the theme, Bigkisang UPLB at Alumni para sa matagumpay na pagbangon mula sa pandemya.
Friends, we all welcome you to the 103rd UPLB Loyalty Day Awarding Ceremonies. October 10, 1918 marked the first Loyalty Day when almost 200 students and 27 faculty members of the then UP College of Agriculture enlisted with the Philippine National Guard to fight for the Allies during World War I. Immediately after, the war ended and the volunteers were spared from the battlefields. This voluntary spirit has since then served as a reason for the UPLB alumni to congregate and celebrate every October 10.
Truly, the voluntary spirit is still alive and well. That's why as early as now, we extend our appreciation to all the working committees headed by the Steering Committee Chair, our Chancellor, Dr. Jose V. Camacho Jr., the UPLB Alumni Association President, Captain Mauro W. Barradas, the Class 71 Representative, Dr. Rosalina Mendoza Lapitan, and the Director of the Office of Alumni Relations, Dr. Eileen Lorena M. Mamino. Thank you for ensuring the success of our 103rd Loyalty Day and the Grand Alumni Homecoming.
And now, to give us the opening remarks, let us welcome UPLBAA President, Captain Mauro W. Barradas.
To UPLB Chancellor Dr. Jose B. Camacho Jr., to our UPLB officials, our distinguished awardees, fellow alumni, students, guests, and everyone joining us online. A pleasant day to all of you. First and foremost, I would like to congratulate our alumni awardees and their families for the awards they are about to receive today. You have the utmost respect and kudos of the UPLB alumni for a job well done. Today is the second online celebration of the UPLB Loyalty Day festivities. While it is true that this is not quite the same as our traditional physical gathering at Baker Hall or our prelude in Batangas, the special event retains this purpose: to celebrate the UPLB spirit of service and volunteerism. While a celebration is not the usual response to rather difficult times, this gives us the opportunity to reassess our efforts, to recognize what has been done right and well, and to hopefully replicate them going forward. This is especially important as we are faced with an international crisis where our best people and best practices are most needed. This year's Loyalty Day theme, Bigkisang UPLB at Alumni para sa matagumpay na pagbangon mula sa pandemya, puts these efforts in perspective. These issues rising from the pandemic are interconnected ones and require equally immense efforts for them to be addressed effectively. While we each have our own strengths, our efforts together can bring significant impact to the field. Today, we honor the best of us who have shown the endurance of the UPLB spirit and who, despite all odds, splendidly upheld UPLB's tenets of honor and excellence. We have that, we recognize them. More will follow in their footsteps, and that their determination and starting service will inspire us. We continue together to face this pandemic. Like them, may we continue to aspire for honor and excellence, and as our dear alma mater upheld service to the people. Congratulations to our awardees. Mabuhay tayong lahat.
Thank you very much for spearheading this grand event, Captain Mauro W. Barradas. And now, to deliver a message and present the awards, it is an honor to call on our UPLB Chancellor, Dr. Jose V. Camacho, Jr.
To our esteemed awardees, whom we are recognizing in today's ceremony, to our beloved alumni who are joining us to celebrate this year's Loyalty Day, the jubilarians led by Class 1971, the UPLB Alumni Association, Incorporated, led by President Manny Barradas and Vice President Resty Collado, the Office of Alumni Relations, led by Director Aileen Lorena Mamino, to the UPLB faculty members, reps, administrative staff, and students, and to all of you who are watching today's program, a happy Loyalty Day to all of us. It is my pleasure and privilege to address you today for the first time at Loyalty Day as your Chancellor. Our annual Alumni Homecoming and Alumni Awarding Ceremony is one of the highlight university celebrations every year. And so, even if we are celebrating it virtually for the second time around, this occasion remains special for all of us. For this 103rd edition of the Loyalty Day, our theme is Bigkisang UPLB at Alumni para sa matagumpay na pagbangon mula sa pandemya. A timely and fitting theme. It makes clear to us the importance of collaboration among us, the UPLB community, as we aim to survive, thrive, and recover during and after this pandemic as one nation. As a public service university, UPLB has always done its best to assist vulnerable and affected communities during times of disaster and crisis. The disruption brought about by COVID-19 pandemic has tested and reinforced UPLB's adaptability, capability, and resolve. But it has also been a great reminder that the university does not and has never stood alone. Every step of the way, the UPLB community, our faculty, staff, and students, together with our beloved alumni, have been invaluable and integral partners during these times. They have gone above and beyond, giving us additional financial and material resources, as well as devoting their time toward helping UPLB deal with the pandemic's impacts and transforming it into a future-proof university. Our alumni have continuously exemplified the UPLB spirit of public service and commitment, and it is as strong now as it was over a century ago, when the tradition of Loyalty Day first began. At present, UPLB is preparing to initiate multiple projects and partnerships that will see the UPLB alumni working with the university closer than ever before. In fact, we have established the UPLB Alumni Industry Council, which counts on some of our accomplished alumni from all over who could facilitate our synergy with various sectors and industries for worthwhile academic, research, and technology innovations. We need your experience and perspective, our dear alumni, on what the industry needs and how we can give our students the skills and knowledge to competently fulfill those needs. Together, let us break through the disruptions and obstacles brought by the pandemic. Let us give way to new milestones and innovations. And let us rise together, stronger, as a future-proof UPLB, a university that provides agile leadership in serving the nation and the Filipino people. Mga minamahal naming alumni, patuloy tayong magsama-sama bilang magkakatuwang at magkakaagapay sa pagbangon mula sa pandemyang ito. Tulong-tulong tayo sa pagunlad at pagyabong ng UPLB sa ngalan ng mga scholar ng bayan para sa bayan. Maraming salamat at lagi po tayong mag-iingat. Mabuhay tayong lahat.
Thank you very much, Chancellor Camacho. I'm sure you have sparked inspiration among our guests today. Every year during the traditional Alumni Fellowship awarding ceremonies, several awards are given to recognize outstanding performances of UPLB alumni. To start, we will be giving out the Multi-Generation Award.
This is awarded to families of the UPLB alumni with at least 3 generations of family members who graduated from UPLB at the time of the award.
The first multi-generation awardee is the Aragones family.
Postrillos family.
Gualberto family.
Rabor family.
Rosacea family.
Congratulations to our multi-generation awardees.
Congratulations! We shall now proceed to the awarding of the College Distinguished Alumni. This award is given by the UPLB colleges to their alumni to recognize their outstanding performance in different areas of discipline.
To give the awards to the College Distinguished Alumni awardees, may we request our Chancellor, Dr. Camacho, our college deans, and the College Alumni Association presidents.
Let's begin with the College of Agriculture and Food Science with Dr. Cristino M. Collado, President of the CAP's Alumni Association. Mr. Delphine A. Anareta, BS Agriculture, 1975. Hybrid coconut commercialization for smallholders.
For his tireless efforts in converting the farm, his agribusiness venture, into a dynamic assisted pollination site and coconut nursery farm in collaboration with the Philippine Coconut Authority or PCA and the Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic and Natural Resources Research and Development or PICARD. His wholehearted support and strong partnership with these government agencies enabled the continuous production and availability of coconut hybrids for PCA's Coconut Planting and Replanting Program for smallholder coconut farmers in Calabar Zone, as well as prove the concept of the establishment of privately owned coconut seed gardens as feasible.
Dr. Loy Solomon L. Garcia, BS Food Technology, 1985. Public Service.
For his exceptional performance of duty and dedicated service for over 18 years as General Surgeon at the Philippine National Police General Hospital. As a multifunctional surgeon, he provided technical and tactical support wherever he was assigned. Due to his competence and commitment to serve, he was given important tasks such as leadership of the PNP, Chemical, Biological, Radiological, and Nuclear Weapons Detection Team, which handled the safety and health protocols during the 2015 Papal Visit, 2015 APEC Summit, 2017 ASEAN Summit, Annual Black Nazarene Quiapo Translacion, and the 2019 SEA Games.
Dr. Damasa M. Macandog, BS Agriculture, 1979, MS Soil Science, 1982, Environmental Protection.
For her fervent dedication and outstanding contributions to researches that focus on global and timely environmental issues towards sustainable development, integrated natural resource management, adaptation to climate change, and food security in the Philippines. The researches are geared towards the assessment and appropriate design of mitigation and adaptation strategies against the adverse effects of climate change, as well as the conservation and sustainable management of natural resources, including biodiversity, watersheds, lakes, and coastal resources.
Mr. Proceso H. Manguiat, BS Agriculture 1978, Ground Level Technology Commercialization.
For his extraordinary achievements in the commercialization of the Institute of Plant Breeding Developed Varieties and Technologies. His more than 10 years of work as manager of the National Seed Foundation of IPB. His more than 10 years of work as manager of the National Seed Foundation of IPB brought more than 32 million pesos of sales to the university's coffer. But the impact of his work is worth more than its monetary value. His technical expertise as plant breeder and seed production man and his excellent communication skills ensured that IPB varieties are planted in many parts of the country, ensuring widespread distribution and utilization. Due to his dedication, hard work, and competence, government agencies and private seed companies turn to him for technical advice.
Dr. Norvi L. Manigbas, BS Agriculture 1981, MS Agronomy 1997, PhD Agronomy 2002, Applied Rice Science and Technology.
His exemplar service in his profession, such as the lead breeder of the first direct wet-seeded rice variety, NSIC RC298, lead breeder of the first high-temperature tolerant rice variety, NSIC RC600, and co-breeder of NSIC RC624 for irrigated lowland rice. His projects with Korea and 15 farmers' cooperatives in Luzon and Visayas had generated substantial amount of seed fund that sustained rice farmers in rice production and mechanization.
Mr. Angelito C. Patonona, BS Agriculture 1974, Agricultural Entrepreneurship.
For his significant contribution in the seed industry sector by establishing Vigor Seeds Development Incorporated, or VSDI. His passion and dedication led to the creation of his own research facility and the development of the company's first yellow corn hybrid, Corncraft. Through his leadership, VSDI invested and built its own processing plant in Biao, Guianga, Davao City that provided work to more than 50 employees. VSDI now has 4 commercial corn hybrids in the market, namely Mais Saka, Mais Sagana, Mais Tisa, and Mais Suerte.
Mr. Renato C. Romero, BS Agriculture 1968, Extension.
In recognition of his long years of excellent practice of his profession, serving as extension man to many American farmers since the late 1970s. Using his UP Los Baños trainings, he developed information, education, and communication materials in support of his strategic extension delivery systems for corn, soybean, and wheat farmers. His dedication and expertise earned him the title Trusted Advisor to both farmers and industry colleagues.
Mr. Vicente M. Tupas, BS Agriculture 1970, Agripreneurship.
For his exemplary achievements in the field of marketing agricultural farm inputs, animal nutrition additives, and veterinary products for poultry and livestock. Armed with his UP Los Baños education, he first trained his salespeople on the art of agricultural extension, thus honing his employee skills as technology multipliers for farmers and livestock raisers. His principle of fair play and concern for small farmer raisers led him to practice socialized pricing in his businesses, giving big discounts to small and struggling farmers. For the College of Arts and Sciences, let us welcome the CAS Dean, Maribel L. Dionisio Sese, and Ms. Buenaflor M. Maningas, President of the CAS Alumni Association.
CAS awardees: Dr. Shirley C. Agrupis, MS Botany 1992, Education, Research, and Training.
For her significant achievements and exemplary performance as an administrator, leader, and researcher committed to public service, education, and innovation. As the president of the Mariano Marcos State University, or MMSU, she steered MMSU toward international recognition as a QS Stars rated and ISO certified institution and as a Level 4 state university. MMSU also passed the Institutional Sustainability Assessment by the Commission on Higher Education, or CHED, and as the Most Outstanding Ilocano 2019 for embodying honor and excellence in the academe, research, and public service, thus giving pride to UPLB.
Dr. Jonalu S. Labor, BA Communication Arts 2002, cum laude, MA Communication Arts 2008, Communication Research and Education.
For his valuable contribution to communication scholarship, using his knowledge and training in the humanities and the social sciences through his active engagements as educator and researcher. For extending scholarly service by introducing pedagogical innovations and by cultivating the research cultures of public and private, basic and higher education institutions in the Philippines as a trainer, co-researcher, consultant, and evaluator. For his leadership by example that enabled him to hold administrative positions at the University of the Philippines and in various communication organizations nationally and globally, and for exhibiting the ideals of honor and excellence in his pursuit to serve the Filipino people through public service.
Dr. Arvin C. Marbibi, BS Zoology 1994, Public Health Service and Management.
He extended his expertise in the Pacific by conducting diabetes missions and developing the Republic of Marshall Island local guidelines in diabetes management. He has received numerous leadership awards and recognition in the field of medicine.
Dr. Elmer Jose A. Meseda, BS Zoology 1991, Medical and Neurosurgical Education, Research, and Training.
Dr. Meseda is a pioneer endoscopic spine surgeon in the Philippines. His most compelling achievement to date were performing the first percutaneous endoscopic cervical decompressions in the country. And he developed and performed the first in the world transoral endoscopic C2 transcorporeal C2-3 fragmentectomy, an interior approach to C2-3 disc hernia, and spinal cord decompression, which were recently highlighted in a national daily newspaper. He serves as a board member treasurer of the Academy of Filipino Neurosurgeons, Incorporated, and chairman of the Bicol Brain and Spine Care Center. He drives to Manila and Bicol every week to provide neurosurgical service. He participates in the training of future physicians and neurosurgeons by joining the Academy as assistant professor in the College of Medicine at UERM-MMC under the Department of Clinical Neurosciences after he came back from his subspecialty training for minimally invasive spine surgery in Korea. He sits in executive boards of different international endoscopic spine societies and is a champion in promoting the training of local and international endoscopic spine surgeons. He has published scientific articles in several spine journals and specialty books in endoscopic spine surgery.
Dr. Vera Marjorie E. Velasco, BS Biology 2003, Plant Biochemistry and Molecular Biology and Community Empowerment.
Her pioneering work on elucidating the mechanisms responsible for plant acclimation to phosphorus deficiency and simulations of future climate have advanced the knowledge of the scientific community.
For the College of Development Communication, let us welcome the CDC Dean Maria Stella C. Tirol and Professor Romel A. Daya, President of CDC Alumni Association. Dr. Edmund G. Centeno, BS Development Communication 1999, cum laude, MS Development Communication 2007, Development Communication Education.
For his excellent and dedicated service as an educator, enriching the study and practice of development communication and educational communication, media and technology, and contributing significantly to the growth of the College of Development Communication and the University of the Philippines, Los Baños, as preeminent learning institutions in the service of the nation. For 20 years, he has dedicatedly mentored students and faculty, advanced development communication scholarship through curriculum development and research, and actively served the University of the Philippines, Los Baños, as an effective and efficient administrator in various capacities. His dynamism, innovativeness, passion for learning and sharing knowledge, generosity of spirit, and compassionate leadership have helped foster a more vibrant academic environment at the College of Development Communication.
Ms. Ruth Lascano Leanio, BS Development Communication 1981, International Development Communication Practice.
She started her DevCom profession working with upland communities in central Luzon for the protection of watersheds, and later became involved in advocacy work and social mobilization on child rights at the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, or UNICEF, Philippines. She supported the UNICEF area office in the South Caucasus by planning and implementing communication initiatives on child rights. She also helped design a communication response on adverse events following immunization. Moreover, she provided technical leadership on communication in programming and humanitarian response, as UNICEF Deputy Representative in Tajikistan and Armenia, and as Chief of Field Office or CFO in Zanzibar, Tanzania. Currently assigned as the CFO of UNICEF in Uttar Pradesh, India. She manages and coordinates the agency's development cooperation in the biggest state of the country.
Dr. Lulu A. Rodriguez, BS Development Communication 1979, Agricultural and Risk Communication Research.
For her pioneering research initiatives that direct strategies and techniques to improve journalistic performance in communicating agriculture and risk. She helped articulate mission statements that secured external grants to support national and regional seed and biosafety systems in Asia and Africa. Elected Research Director of the Association for Communication Excellence, she has contributed actively to the shaping of the United States national agenda in agriculture and food communication, shedding light on the state of scholarship and impact of the discipline. She has served on the board of this flagship association of communication scholars and professionals who serve as a communications backbone of the U.S. Land Grant Research and Education Network. For the College of Engineering and Agro-Industrial Technology, let us welcome the CEAT Dean, Rosana Marie C. Amongo, and Engineer Panteleon L. Tabanao, President of the CEAT Alumni Association.
Dr. Arnold R. Elipanio, BS Agricultural Engineering 1984, Academic Administration.
For his inspired and innovative leadership during the last 2 decades in various capacities: Team Leader, Project Leader, ABPROD Chair, AMDP Director, IAE Director, and recently as CEAT Officer in Charge and Dean from 2011 to 2020. Dr. Elipanio holds the record of being the longest-serving dean in CEAT history.
Engineer Maricris C. Venus, BS Chemical Engineering 2002, Chemical Engineering Profession.
For her distinguished contribution in the field of chemical engineering, her exemplary service to the profession as the 49th National President of the Philippine Institute of Chemical Engineers, PICHE, the only accredited integrated professional organization of chemical engineers in the country. Also, through her initiative, PICHE was able to streamline its operations by amending its constitution and bylaws. She aims to continuously lead the chemical engineering community, empower her fellow chemical engineers in promoting the profession, and inspire everyone to make the chemical engineering profession significant in the years to come.
For the College of Economics and Management, let us welcome Sem Dean Agham C. Cuevas. Dr. Corazon L. Abansi, BS Agricultural Economics 1980, MS Agricultural Economics 1989, PhD Agricultural Economics 1997, Educational Management and Leadership.
In recognition of her exemplary leadership in educational management that contributed significant changes to the academic landscape of the University of the Philippines and its community stakeholders.
Dr. Maria Josefina P. Abilay, BS Agricultural Business 1980, MM Agribusiness Management 1990, Public Sector Governance, and MSME Development.
For her exemplary leadership of DOST Mimaropa and her outstanding contributions to fostering science, technology, and innovation, which has led to the enhancement of the productivity, competitiveness, and resilience of MSMEs.
Dr. Catherine Rowin C. Almaden, BS Economics 1997, Higher Education Management.
In recognition of her leadership in developing effective academic and administrative policies, leading to several university accreditations in higher education institutions in Mindanao that she has been part of.
Mr. Bon Urven P. Dampor, BS Agricultural Economics 2004, cum laude, Remittance Banking and Relationship Management.
In recognition of his exemplary leadership in remittance banking and relationship management and his significant contribution to the rural solar electrification of the Subanon IP community in Misamis Occidental, Mindanao, Philippines.
Dr. Jessica D. Villanueva Peruabe, BS Economics 2003, Environment and Natural Resource Management.
For her exemplary contributions in multidisciplinary and transdisciplinary research on environment and natural resource management, sustainability, and geochemistry.
Mr. Luciano Frederick P. Puyod III, BS Agribusiness Management 1997, Entrepreneurship and Corporate Governance in Agribusiness.
For his unwavering dedication in fostering agribusiness entrepreneurship, his significant contributions to the growth of the banana and pineapple industries, and his steadfast commitment to the development of the fruit sector in the country. For the College of Forestry and Natural Resources, let us welcome the CFNR Dean, Mauro D. Mendoza.
Dr. Funcio Thinley, BS Forestry 2002, Public Service.
For his outstanding accomplishment as a forestry officer, a top wildlife biologist, a renowned conservation leader, and an influential mentor and researcher serving the royal government of Bhutan, for spearheading nationwide endangered species surveys, conducting mass conservation education programs,
Dr. Roberto G. Visco, BS Forestry 1983, MS Forestry 1994, PhD Forestry 1997, Forestry Education.
for his exemplary dedication and passion as faculty member and academic administrator that has helped and guided students to graduate in their chosen fields, while producing significant scientific publications. For serving as researcher and leader of projects and programs in the fields of silviculture and agroforestry that has contributed to the improvement of farmers' lives through the provision of technical advice and related technologies, and for effectively steering UPLB's implementation of protocols and assistance during the initial period of the pandemic, while serving as assistant to the Vice Chancellor for Community Affairs and as chair of the COVID-19 response team.
Dr. Lenny D. Camacho, BS Agricultural Economics 1979, MS Forestry 1986, Special Achievement.
For her commendable achievement in the generation and sharing of knowledge in the fields of environmental and forestry economics, forest traditional knowledge, agroforestry, biodiversity conservation, wood energy, and climate change, for being instrumental in strengthening the networking and collaboration through a cross-country comparative perspective among the ASEAN member countries, and for her crucial role in the dissemination of research outputs and scientific information through reputable international and local publications, conferences, and fora, all that could serve as basis for more effective forestry programs and policies in the Philippines.
Let us welcome the awardees for the College of Human Ecology. CHE awardees: Attorney Norly C. Alban, BS Human Ecology 2006, Social Technology.
In recognition of his contributions to organizational development and social enterprises for social development, Attorney Norly C. Alban brings the UP spirit of honor and excellence to the various organizations and enterprises by incorporating the human ecological perspective in his body of work, profession, and advocacies that span legal services, risk and stakeholder management, social enterprises, and tripartite and multi-level partnerships in empowering grassroots communities. He is a trailblazer and carries the hallmark of service embodied in the oblation in promoting the development for the people, of the people, and by the people across the industry and communities. Alisa Love F. Velasco, MD, FPAFP, FPSH-PM. Public Health Promotion and Palliative Care. Dr. Alisa Love F. Velasco is a residency training officer at the Department of Family and Community Medicine, Cagayan Valley Medical Center since 2015. She also serves as the Gender and Development Chairperson in the same hospital and a faculty member at the Department of Family and Community Medicine, St. Paul College of Medicine in Tuguegarao, Cagayan, and is the current president of the Philippine Academy of Family Physicians, Cagayan Chapter.
Dr. Drajat Martianto, PhD Human Nutrition 1999, Nutrition.
He has been dedicated to advancing nutrition through his research collaborations with international agencies. He took the lead in the establishment of the Department of Community Nutrition and the Department of Family and Consumer Sciences at IPB. For the College of Public Affairs and Development, let us welcome Environment Planner Mark Paulo G. Velasco, President of the CPAf Alumni Association.
Dr. Liza G. Patag, PhD Community Development 2006. In overseeing the planning and information management operations of the Philippine Carabao Center, or PCC. Not only did she improve the communication flow within the PCC, but she also actively developed partnership and cooperation with international bodies such as Korea's KOICA and Japan's JICA. Likewise, she focused on enhancing the PCC mandates by giving them a business dimension, as exemplified by the PCC dairy kiosks that feature milk-based merchandises. At the Department of Agriculture, where she has been designated as Assistant Secretary for Regulations, she contributed to the overall efficiency of the various regulatory offices by harmonizing the rules, procedures, and protocols governing the delivery of basic services. Dr. Maria Esmeralda C. Silva, MPAF SPPP 2001. For her valuable contributions in the field of health policy and management that resulted in broader public health perspectives. Her continual research pursuits on health matters exemplify her deep concern for better health delivery system. She delved into and spent time determining the optimal location of health facilities. As a proof of her passion for achieving the maximum returns on health investments is her study on the influence of the local food environment on dietary compliance and diet quality of type 2 diabetes mellitus patients that was adjudged as the best PhD dissertation at the UPLB College of Public Affairs. Dr. Eduardo K. Araral Jr., MMDM 1995. In recognition of his outstanding contributions in the field of executive education and government advisory, his distinguished academic achievements enabled him to interact with various corporate and government entities where he applied his lengthy experience in various areas of academic engagements and business consultancies. He served as advisor to varied government and developmental agencies in various countries in Asia. Honorable Generosa M. de la Fuente, MDMG 2013. In enhancing the lives of the people of Samal Bataan, which she carried out using her skills as a transformative leader in public service. She put into practice the lessons on local governance that she learned as a master's student in UP Los Baños College of Public Affairs. She is credited for improving the efficiency of public service delivery system by applying the Harvard University's performance governance system that employs metrics and matrices in translating plans and goals into breakthrough results. Let us welcome the awardee for the College of Veterinary Medicine, Dr. Erwin Joseph S. Cruz, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, 1991. For creditably and passionately promoting free-range chicken production, as well as duck and quail production for the smallhold Filipino farmer. He founded the Philippine Association of Free-Range Poultry Advocates Incorporated and serves as consultant in various companies as well as the DA Bureau of Agricultural and Fisheries Standards. He has received national recognition as an outstanding veterinarian from both the Philippine Veterinary Medical Association and the Veterinary Practitioners Association of the Philippines, and is also an awardee of the Federation of Asian Veterinary Associations.
For the School of Environmental Science and Management, let us welcome the SESAM Dean and President of CPAf Alumni Association, Dr. Rico C. Angco.
Dr. Janelle B. Guzman, PhD, Environmental Science, 2009, Academe. As a full professor and currently the Vice President for the Research, Development, and Extension, Dr. Guzman has the distinct recognition of championing her university in active and engaged research and extension work that provides strong science-based decision-making, particularly in Northern Philippines. Her efforts in performing active academic leadership resulted in the development of a well-organized university-wide research and development and extension programs and has introduced transformative strategies that improved the overall efficiency of the university's RDE program, worthy of emulation by other state universities and colleges of the country. Dr. Maria Teresa M. Mutia, MS Environmental Science, 1997, PhD Environmental Science, 2016. Government Service. In recognition of her distinct and distinguished contributions in the field of research and development in freshwater fisheries research in the Philippines. As the Chief Science Research Specialist at the National Fisheries Research and Development Institute, Freshwater Fisheries Research and Development Center, or NFRDI-FFRDC, Dr. Mutia has provided dedicated government service, resulting in growing culture of research in NFRDI that has been instrumental in the government's efforts of strengthening its agro-industrialization and fisheries program. Dr. Sonny A. Vedra, PhD, Environmental Science, 2012, Research. In recognition of his active research leadership in the field of environmental management. As a Professor 6 at the Mindanao State University at a very young age, Dr. Vedra provides a prime example worthy of emulation among the younger peers, particularly in engaging in active research and extension work in northern Mindanao, Philippines. Congratulations to our college distinguished alumni awardees!
We shall now proceed to the awarding of the Nelia T. Gonzalez Alumni Service Award. This award is named after one of the most distinguished UPLB alumni who has served the association as president for 13 years. It is given to an alumnus of UPLB for outstanding services in furthering the cause of the alumni of the university. The Nelia T. Gonzalez Service Awardee is Forester Leo R. Balespin, Certificate of Forestry in 1981 and BS Forestry in 1984.
Leo R. Balespin, Certificate in Forestry 1981, BS Forestry 1984. For his strong commitment to the cause of alumni affairs, serving as president of the UPLB Alumni Association from January 2016 to July 2021. A first from the College of Forestry and Natural Resources to hold this coveted position of the 39-year-old Federation of Alumni Associations. For his extensive experience and determination to undertake some of the UP Alumni Association, UPLBAA, and CFNR projects to fruition. For his outstanding track record in corporate operational management, which led to exemplary performance in rural development, poverty alleviation, and microfinance. For his motivating forces and reliable leadership in undertaking or leading some of the projects for the alumni in various capacities, and his unconditional concern and devotion for alumni's welfare and its noble causes. The next award is the Outstanding UPLB Alumni Awards. This award was conceived in 2003 and is given to alumni of UPLB who have transcended their disciplinary expertise and have shown outstanding performance in addressing contemporary issues such as poverty alleviation, environment, good governance, ecological conservation, and community development and nation building.
To present the award, let us call Chancellor Jose Camacho Jr. and the UPLB Alumni Association President Mauro Barradas.
Mr. Crisanto S. Gualberto II, BS Agriculture 1962. For his extraordinary achievements in agricultural business ventures that not only protected the environment but also provided livelihood to many Batangueños. His vast coconut plantation served as a testing ground for the application of knowledge he had learned from UPCA. Through training at work, close interaction with business colleagues, and keen analysis of social realities as they impact on the lives of common people and rural communities, laid the firm foundation of a socially relevant business enterprise. His hub and spokes business model aims to bring jobs to the people at the farm. In addition, he is untiring in his effort to revive the Liberica Barako coffee in Batangas, involving government agencies, academe, and private industries. Dr. Francisco D. Gores Jr., BS Agriculture, 1955. His work focused on management of diverse programs with farmers, cooperatives, technicians, government agencies, private and public sector organizations as recipients. He designed, planned, managed, and supervised Sustainable Agroforestry Farming Systems Project, extension services and training programs, fruit trees, cereal crops, rice production in both irrigated and upland rain-fed zones, adaptive research, soil conservation, marketing, and farmers' organization. Dr. Rita P. Laude, BS Agriculture, 1970, MS Genetics, 1976, PhD Genetics, 1984.
For having wholeheartedly served as faculty administrator for 20 out of her 45 years of service to UPLB, as Deputy Director of the Institute of Biological Sciences, College Secretary, and Dean of the Graduate School, Director of Instruction and of Institutional Linkages, and Vice Chancellor for Instruction. Her service to her alma mater has been characterized by excellence, effectivity, and efficiency, always graced with compassion for those whom she worked for and worked with. She served her beloved alma mater passionately and excellently. She spearheaded the establishment of the Teaching Associateship and Fellows, which had been adopted UP system-wide. As Director of Instruction, she developed off-campus offerings for some post-baccalaureate and graduate programs, specifically for Metro Manila residents and workers.
Dr. Rodel G. Maghirang, BS Sugar Technology, 1977, MS Plant Breeding, 1985, PhD Plant Breeding, 1993.
To ensure wide dissemination and utilization of varieties developed by the Institute of Plant Breeding, he unselfishly shared his knowledge and technical advice to small farmers through trainings, seminars, and personal visits. He is a pioneer, leading advocate, and practitioner of breeding for organic farming in the Philippines. His accomplishments did not go unnoticed. The Civil Service Commission conferred on him the rank of Scientific Career Scientist 1 in 2013.
Dr. Agustin B. Molina Jr., BS Agriculture, 1973, MS Plant Pathology, 1979. As a regional coordinator of the Banana Asia Pacific Network, he contributed to the direction and impact of banana R&D in Asia and the Pacific in general, and in the Philippines in particular. He led public industry collaborative research programs that developed technology to mitigate the dreaded fusarium wilt of banana that was threatening the worldwide Cavendish banana industry, including that of the Philippines. Dr. Lemuel V. Aragones, BS Zoology, 1986.
In 2001, he was awarded the Outstanding Young Scientist by the NAST of the OST for marine zoology, particularly for his contributions on dugong and sea turtle research. A combination of his academic and extension is epitomized through the Philippine Marine Mammal Stranding Network Incorporated, or PMMSN, which he helped organize in 2005. He leverages his social technology training to promote corporate social responsibility and people-centered development. from spearheading corporate social responsibility initiatives to developing a social enterprise as owner and concept creator of Barrio Froyo, Pinoy frozen yogurt. He is a trailblazer and carries the hallmark of service embodied in the oblation in promoting the development for the people, of the people, and by the people across the industry and communities.
Dr. Gabriel O. Romero, BS Biology 1983, MS Genetics 1989. One of the dynamic leaders in the plant science community and seed industry, elevating partnerships with government and various stakeholders in food and nutrition security. He demonstrated astute leadership and unwavering dedication as a crop biotechnologist, producing impactful accomplishments worthy of the prestigious UPLB Outstanding Alumni Award. Dr. Benigno C. Valdez, BS Sugar Technology 1979, cum laude. For being part of the group that conceptualized pre-transplant immunosuppression, PTIS, a major factor to the success of haploidentical transplantation for genetic diseases, thalassemia, and sickle cell disease. He worked out the experimental background on how to fortify the PTIS and make it possible to transplant highly alloimmunized patients without having to worry about graft failure. He led the team that deciphered the function of triacyl protein encoded by the TCOF gene. Mr. Reynaldo P. Bantug, BS Agricultural Business 1974.
In promoting economic growth and poverty reduction as an entrepreneur which cuts across multiple industries, the sugar industry, real estate, renewable energy, gaming, amusement park, and tourism industry, for his vision and perseverance in exploring new grounds and testing new concepts, which generated employment and created development opportunities in the areas he operated in.
Mr. Christopher S. Pastrana, BS Agribusiness Management, 1987. For his dedicated and exemplary service in the Philippine maritime industry by providing a better way for Filipinos to travel and transport their goods across the country. For his sterling leadership as President CEO of 8 companies under the CAPP group of companies. For his unwavering passion in uplifting the lives of the Filipino farmers through training collaborations that aimed for improved productivity and sustainable farm practices, and in taking part in coastal cleanup and mangrove planting. Ms. Maria Teresa M. Hendrano Quiñones, BS Human Ecology, 1982. With a background in human ecology and development management, she served as an instrument for development undertakings and innovations to reach the poorest of the poor and those with less opportunities and resources. She has received awards for her outstanding services with the Australian government's bilateral aid programs for the Philippines and with the World Bank in the sectors of rural development, agriculture and food, agrarian reform, land administration and management, post-conflict, and irrigation sectors not only in the Philippines but also in Cambodia, Lao PDR, Myanmar, East Timor, and Indonesia. Dr. Raildrin G. Morales, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, 1997.
Served as National Coordinator of the National Control and Eradication Program on FMD and the Bird Flu Prevention Task Force. Executive Director of the National Meat Inspection Service. Officer in charge of the Bureau of Animal Industry and is designated as the Chief Veterinary Officer, or CVO, representing the Philippines at the Office Internacional de Zepizuti of the World Organization for Animal Health. To present the award, let us call Chancellor Jose Camacho Jr. and the UPLB Alumni Association President Mauro Barradas.
Dr. Candida B. Adalia, BS Agriculture, 1971, MS Entomology, 1974, PhD Entomology, 1982. For conceptualizing, implementing, and managing the first College of Agriculture, AgriPark, to promote the science and art of agriculture, and for revising and instituting new degree programs that better address the needs of the times. For honoring the values and legacy of a UP Los Baños education, honor, excellence, and service. For these and many more, the Golden Jubilarian Class 1971 is proud to call Candida B. Adalia as one of its own. Mr. Raimundo M. Almario, BS Agriculture. For his outstanding achievements as a banker, first as an assistant branch manager, rising through the ranks to become first Vice President of LBP's Visayas Branch Banking Group. For his continuing commitment to promote agriculture in the country by engaging in animal and orchard production and volunteering his services to champion agricultural modernization beyond retirement. For embodying through words and deeds the values of a UPLB education, honoring excellence and public service throughout his life and career. For accepting the challenges of leadership by volunteering to co-chair the Golden Jubilarians Finance Committee. For these and many more, the Golden Jubilarian Class 1971 is proud to call Raimundo M. Almario as one of its own. Dr. Rosalina B. Mendoza Lapitan, BS Agricultural Chemistry, 1971, MS Animal Science, 1991. For her outstanding achievements in her field, animal nutrition, earning for her the recognition as a high-caliber scientist conferred by the Philippine Department of Science and Technology and Civil Service Commission, thus honoring the legacy of a UPLB education. For accepting the challenges of leading the Golden Jubilarian Class of 1971 despite her busy schedule and other constraints. For embodying the values that UPLB stands for in what she does: honor, excellence, and service. For all these and many more, the Golden Jubilarian Class 1971 is proud to call Rosalina B. Mendoza Lapitan as one of its own. Arlene B. Pacho Ramos, BS Agricultural Chemistry 1971, cum laude, for taking the time from her scholarly pursuits, being an NSDB scholar, to participate in activities to protect the farmers, the poor and the oppressed, and to stand against corruption in government, for continuing to embody the principles and values that UP stands for: honor, excellence, and service, not only during her student days in UP Los Baños, but throughout her professional career. Dr. Eufemio T. Rasco Jr., for his outstanding achievements as a scientist, which has earned recognition for him as Academician of the National Academy of Science and Technology, Professor Emeritus of UP Mindanao, various outstanding alumnus awards from UP Los Baños, the Outstanding Young Scientist Award by the then National Science Development Board, and the Outstanding Young Man Award by the JCI Philippines. For all these and many more, the Golden Jubilarian Class 1971 is proud to call Eufemio T. Rasco Jr. as one of its own. Dr. Emerlinda R. Roman, BS Agriculture 1971, MA Agribusiness 1977, for dedicating her entire professional life to education and for her outstanding leadership as an educator and university administrator, as exemplified by the Gawad Chancellor Outstanding Professor Award as UP Diliman Chancellor twice, and the first woman president of the University of the Philippines, for continuing the vision and leadership of many UP presidents to have a strong science and technology program, and advocating for the development of a large science-educated community. For all these and many more, the Golden Jubilarian Class 1971 is proud to call Emerlinda R. Roman as one of its own. Dr. Jose O. Sargento, BS Forestry 1971, PhD Forestry 1995, for championing the cause to conserve and preserve the country's natural resources and environment at a time when the world faces environmental degradation and climate change, for unselfishly sharing his expertise either through direct consultancy services, through lectures, or as external reviewer of research, all of which are directed toward better and more efficient forest conservation and management. For his consistent outstanding performance as employee of UP Los Baños, most especially for his exemplary work in the protection of Mount Makiling, earning for himself a commendation from the UPLB Chancellor. For honoring the values and legacy of a UP Los Baños education, honor, excellence, and service.
And now, the most distinguished award, the UPLBAA Presidential Award, will be presented to an alumnus with highly remarkable and exemplary achievements and contributions in his respective field. The UPLBAA Presidential Awardee is Dr. Wirapon Thongma, PhD Extension Education 2001.
In recognition of his varied contributions in the field of higher education management while steering major university in Chiang Mai, Thailand as its president. He elevated the level of research in Thailand's oldest agricultural institution, as exemplified by his bold move to propagate cannabis cultivation and its potentials as an ingredient in medical research. As president of the Asian Association of Agricultural Colleges and Universities, he catalyzed the multidimensional collaborative undertakings among the higher learning institutions in the region. He promoted inter-country efforts in regional tourism while heading the Asian Tourism Management Association. As president of the UPLB Alumni Association Thailand Chapter, he is credited for keeping the Los Baños spirit alive in the hearts and minds of his compatriots.
Professor Barradas, President of UPLB Alumni Association, Professor Camacho, UPLB Chancellor, UPLB Alumni Member, Honorary Guests, Ladies and Gentlemen, Sawadi Capt. It is my great honor to receive the UPLB Presidential Award. For this year, 2021, first of all, I would like to thank the UPLB Alumni Association and of course with the committee for recognition and the consideration in offering me this very important prize. I would like to say that I have come too far without the knowledge, without the experience and support from our precious home, I mean from our universities, UP Los Baños. What I start off my study in here for doctoral degree 20 years ago, I have always found that myself being at UPLB is the century, one of the truly correct decisions that I have even made in myself, in my family. I did not only gain the knowledge about the extension education or development management of my major, but I have achieved the knowledge and know-how and expertise in ecotourism and of course in agriculture. Hence, I would like to special thanks to all of my professors, to all of my friends who has taught me both for academic knowledge and guide me on how to become the real university professor. Even though it might have been more than decades since I graduated from UPLB, but I still remember that UPLB is not just only the university that I got the PhD, but UPLB is my second home. UPLB is my home. It's the place that I grow up. I learned a lot. Without UPLB, then maybe I cannot become right now the present that I am the president of AACU, the ASEAN Association of Agricultural Colleges and University, or we call AAA CU. Also, I am the president of AAUN, or ASEAN Agriculture University Network. Of course, right now, I am also the president of UPLB Alumni Association of Thailand. And of course, with my university, I am the university president of major university like that. And another that, UP gave me the opportunity become honorary president of GUFL, of Guangxi University of Foreign Languages in China. This is also, I would like to share about the award, some word to my professor, especially Dr. Brenda R. Sumayao, Dr. Cardenas, Dr. Cruz, Dr. Obedosa, and of course, with the former Chancellor, the Chancellor Sanchez, that he also is my friend, and all of our friends in UP Los Baños, and of course in the Philippines. Not just only the Filipino. I have many friends from another country. Like we have friends from Indonesia, in Vietnam, in Myanmar, and many countries that we join together. This is because of UP Los Baños. And of course, our friend, my colleagues also, if you come right now in my university, you can see my administrative staff sitting here and still see our activity in UP Los Baños. Then I would like to say thank to my colleagues here and staff and everyone of major university for the touch, for opportunity that you all of them have given me. I want to also thank to Publicity for my hard work and of course with my family. And another thing that I would like to say when I come to UP Los Baños 20 years ago, during that time, I am still young, maybe 34, 35 years old. This UP Los Baños give us work hard, study hard, mahirap talaga. So we can get a lot from work hard. The important that you give me love, LOVE, leadership. Become the leader of our class, the leader of our group, and of course, the leader of our society. Why I say like that? Because during I study here, I also the president of Thai student in UP Los Baños. I also work with ISA. And we have many friends. This is the opportunity because the professor, the lecturer here push me to talk, to speak. And this is one more thing that I can become the president of major university, the president of many organizations because the leadership, not just from UP Los Baños, CEAT, because I under CEAT scholar. Thank you to the director of CEAT too. The second one, opportunities. You gave us the opportunity to see many things. I came here not just only study in the class because I come with others. But when I graduate under CPAf, like that, so I see something that we have experienced from our professor. And after that, we also work with the local people around here in Laguna. And of course, with another place, like in Manila, in Baguio, in many islands like Palawan, like that. This is the opportunity. I have many friends here because give me the opportunity under Circa Scholar, give me the opportunity. We, it means the value added and ethics. So right now I have some values, core value or in my life. I also have ethics that we can work with our local people, we can work with our society, and of course with my institution in my university. I put here like a challenge with the process. Why we should challenge with the process? Many things, many steps. So how we challenge it? Disrupt from outside, disrupt from technology, disrupt from many things like a COVID-19 for 2 or 3 years ago. Inspire a shared vision. One more thing that we should have the vision of our organization, of our life and organization, make become one for our people, and we enabling others to act. How we let them, our colleagues, to work with us, to act with us, and we encourage the heart to work together, work with our heart, and strong to work hard, never kill anyone like that, and come up with modeling the way. We do first, we work first, we learn first, and after that they will follow us. This is UPLB gave me a lot of that. This is love. We love people, we love UPLB, we love the Philippines, we love Thailand, like that. Okay, this is love. And one more thing, that when we see the COVID-19 come this year, the year before this year, last year, and we don't know in the future. But COVID-19 pandemic, when they come, the agriculture is really important for us. Why? You see, many young people or the people who work in the city, they come back to their hometown. It's the reverse of our life. They come back to their hometown, to their land, and they consume rice. We consume every day with our agricultural products. This is very important for our people right now. This COVID-19 make in agriculture stronger and stronger. Anyway, I also, my thanks go to my family, go to my parents, go to my wife, go to my children, because they also give me come to study here in UP Los Baños, especially to my, they give me the vacation, they give me the holiday, and I can have time to stay here in UP Los Baños. Anyway, but, if we, our alumni, the important one that I would like to give you, ladies and gentlemen, we will win in our life, and we will fight with COVID-19 together. WINS, W stand for wisdom. When I came for the Philippines, I went to Banawe. I met one of the group, very big group of local people there that you call Ifugao, the Aboriginal people there. They still have many wisdom about organic agriculture. You see, 18 years ago, I keep some idea from them and I come back to my university. We learn for our earthworm, become the fertilizer. Right now we can use earthworm like a urinate of earthworm. We can use stool of the earthworm, and make for fertilizer for our plant, like we have cannabis. We are the biggest cannabis or marijuana in Thailand right now. More than 20,000 marijuana in one crop, because 1 year we have 3 crops. And we use the fertilizer from the earthworm. This is one more thing that I get from people in Ifugao, in Banawe. You can see, this is one more thing that wisdom is very important. But how we add it, how we put something with our wisdom, because we think that wisdom is bigger than or higher than knowledge, because knowledge is outside in, but wisdom inside out. Appropriate knowledge or appropriate technology or innovation come up with wisdom is very important. So it means that we have WI is innovation. How we let our people have value added for our agriculture product. Like why we have cannabis or marijuana in my farm, in my university farm, because we would like to sell inside CBD or THC. This is, we make value added of our agriculture product. Another thing that we put together is network. WIN, network. We have network together, right? Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, we should work together. We should become partner, not competitors. I work with my friend here, with the Dean Apisit. He is the Secretary of AACO. We work with Dr. Filma Kalalo. She also my friend. She also my staff, my member from AACO, and we work with CEAT director. We work with another university in the Philippines, especially my friend who work in Bataan, Peninsula State University, or another university that allow in the Philippines. And of course, this is network for us to work, and we will keep going on together. Present, I mean today and in the future. And the last one, SSS. Wins. SSS. Serving society, service society. This is really important for our people. I mean, UP Los Baños product. We can work, we can do with our local people, serve them, how we uplift their standard of life of our local people. This is that I would like to give some of the principles that I get from UP Los Baños. In closing remark, I would like to say thank you again to our friend here, to the UPLB Alumni Association, to give me the opportunity for the best time for me. And this is the very important and the most memorable in my life. I hope that the situation of COVID-19, we will fight together. And I thought that they will better soon, and please come to my university. Come to see my colleagues here. They sit here for today, and we are welcome, all of you, come to visit us at Metro University. Once again, thank you very much. Malaming salamat po. Thank you, and the God bless you all.ขอบคุณครับ
Thank you very much, Dr. Thongma. Congratulations to you and to all the UPLB Alumni Association's awardees for this year.
We are honored to have been inspired by our deserving alumni awardees for their service, work ethic, honor, and excellence.
There you have it, friends. And now, as we come to a close, we would like to again express our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who celebrated with us today.
We truly appreciate each and everyone for making it. This celebration is truly one event we will forever treasure.
Again, this is Mildred Moscoso.
And I'm Linus Van Plata, now signing off.
To also thank our sponsors, starting off with our gold sponsors.
Bayer,
Department of Agriculture,
Congressman Luis John Ferrer,
Philippine Carabao Center,
Primerica,
UNACO Incorporated,
UCPB,
Department of Agriculture Philippine Rice Research Institute,
UPLB Espaleclec,
UPLB College of Forestry and Natural Resources.
at para naman sa ating mga platinum sponsors, UP Beta Sigma Fraternity,
UPLB Alumni in the Foreign Service,
Land Bank,
Philippine Society of Animal Nutritionists,
Lungsod ng Santa Rosa, Laguna,
Toyota,
University of Eastern Philippines in Northern Samar,
and University of the Philippines Rural High School.